Guys, today we are doing some major winter cleanup. We're also going to wrap up our compost series today. Have you been following along with our compost? If so, let us know in the comments below how you've been doing with your first compost bin. Today, we're going to take our small tub that we started about 2 months ago, and we're going to add it to our big bin so that it can finish breaking down over the winter. The tub that we've been using for our quick compost has been on the back patio, and it is completely full. Our two big bins are also completely full. So today we're going to clear out some of the completed compost from the bottom, and we're going to top up our vegetable garden beds, and then we can mix and aerate the rest of the compost that's in the big bins and add our porch compost to the big bins as well. And then we'll get all of that resettled, and that will make some space in the big bins so that we can keep adding to them over the winter. But the most important thing is that topping up our vegetable garden beds with compost right now is going to protect that soil over the winter time.
Okay, before I take you guys out to see the compost, I thought it would be fun to share a long lost clip from earlier in the gardening season. The ingredients that Art was mixing in this video, well, that's what's in our compost bins now.
Hey guys, today I'm going to turn this compost bin and get some of this stuff tossed and turned around. Let you see how some of that is done. Mixing this up and breaking it down, of course, it's going to be perfect for next year's garden. Shayla has put a lot of cardboard in here to help break the stuff down a little more. And that's about it.
Okay, so now we're back to present time, and you're going to see me scooping out some of the finished compost from the bottom of these two large bins. And this is the compost that has had several months to break down, so we were scooping some out from the bottom. And then here in a minute, you'll see us mixing the top and helping it to settle down toward the bottom where we left those big gaps. So it'll settle down and fill in those holes, and then that gives us more space up at the top of the bin to keep adding more to it. Now, I did promise you guys that I would provide more information about composting before we ended this series. So I want to let you know that there are a lot of articles on our website, and I will link those in the description for you. So what is compost? Gardeners and farmers often add compost to soil to improve its physical properties. They may even use compost instead of soil to grow plants occasionally. So compost is created by combining organic materials like food waste, yard trimmings, manure, things like that. There's carbon and there's nitrogen. Those are the two components that make up the majority of compost. So your carbon materials are often called browns, and your nitrogen materials are often called greens. And I'll explain that more a little later, but I do have a card that displays this a little easier to understand out on our website, so I will definitely link that in the description. Next, you're just going to see me sorting the other compost bin and trying to get some of that stuff to settle. I just like to bury all of my organic items underneath the soil level, and then it helps it break down faster. And then I just grabbed some of the water from our rain barrels and kind of topped it off so that start breaking down a little bit. And then we go get Art to help us dump the final bin, which this orange bin you may recognize is the bin that we've been using on our back patio. And that's the bin that we started this whole process with. So you can see here the holes in the bottom of the soil level where I've already scooped a bunch of compost out. And now we're just going to go back up to the top and we're going to take these empty bean shells and we're going to bury them underneath the compost, but we're also going to press all of that down so that it fills in those holes and provides us more space up on top of the bin. Okay, so you may have noticed when I was working on the first bin, I was using a gray tub to fill with compost. And now that we're on the second bin, I'm using a blue tub. I only filled these about 3/4 of the way full because I didn't want to make them too heavy to carry, or because they're kind of brittle, I didn't want them to break with too much weight in them. I'm just scooping everything out, and then we're going to resettle this bin, and then we're going to take all of this finished compost and go top up our beds, and that's going to protect our soil over winter. So if you are wondering about the benefits of composting, I think most importantly, the major benefit of composting is that when we send our organic waste to the landfills, that generates methane, which is a potent greenhouse gas that is contributing to climate change. And by composting our food and other organics, methane emissions are significantly reduced. So that's the number one reason that I got into composting to begin with. But the number two reason for me was that it allowed me to find a way to top up my garden beds without spending as much money. Once I realized that I could reuse old soil and make it new again by composting, I was sold. You know how much I love to save money, so that is what got me there. By the way, if you guys aren't aware, we've started some exciting giveaways during our Friday night live streams. If you want more information about that, be sure to join us on the next live stream. We do them every Friday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Be sure to comment to let us know you are there for the giveaway. The current prize we have to give away is actually from our health channel, which is Second Mile Health Journey. So if you are interested in health-related content, you may want to go check that out or send your friends over there and tell them to comment on a video and let me know that you sent them there. That will certainly help with the giveaway. If you are new to composting and want additional information, please do let me know in the comments. And again, I do have some great information over on our website, which I will link in the description. I will also include some links to the compost bins that we use, and I'm working on an article for the website where I'm doing a deep dive comparison on each of the compost bins we currently have. Once that is published, I will link it as well. And remember, this video is part of our compost series, so I will link that playlist right up here on the end screen. We have some exciting videos we're working on for the next week, so please make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss anything. And remember, go the second mile today for someone in your life and with your resources, just like with compost.